All right, good evening, coaches. It's Tuesday night, and we get to spend the next half hour with each other once again, and I couldn't be more excited. We just started off the Team Cup, and points are on the board already. So let's start there. Let's start with a little bit of recognition. We have a lot of you on the call tonight that are hitting it out of the ballpark already, and this is a big deal. This is a big deal because it's the Team Cup, and every point counts. So quick round of applause to Lori and Steph for getting 4 points on the board already. Okay, also to Anita and Kathy for getting 2 points on the board. So round of applause. This was as of last night. So I have been extremely busy today writing curriculums for the 3 groups that we have running. If you scored any points after this morning and I'm not giving you credit, I apologize. I would also like to give a big shout out for all of those who have progressed to the next group. We have the 500 Club Challenge, and we had 11 people push through to that group. And you guys are going to be exposed to some really, really good material that Carrie and I learned a while back as part of another team's training. So what we did is take all of the good stuff and leave all the bad stuff and put it together, and you guys are going to be able to get a lot of that. So also a high five to Coach Evan. Coach Evan has enrolled his wife Mindy, and Mindy is now enrolled in the Success 101 Academy. That's what we want to do, guys. We want to get coaches signed up, and we want to run them through that academy and expose them to those 17 principles. That way we're all talking the same language. It's going to make our team super powerful when we can all talk about these 17 principles and learn together. So one last shout out, and that is for all of you who have chosen the personal development book that you're going to dive into. All of you who have identified the success principle that you really want to shore up. Now, every one of those books Steph and I have read, and we know them pretty well. So as you chose them, we were able to learn a lot about you and how to continue to support you in that area. So we're super, super excited about that. Now, moving on to what we're going to discuss today. Okay, today we are going to talk about customer leads. Raise your hand if you had a customer lead already this month, this year. Okay, raise your hand if you hit Success Club in January. Okay, rock on. All of you who hit Success Club in January are going to be receiving free customers this month. Now, let me just give you a few stories on what that really means. Raise your hand if you know who Letitia is. Okay, Letitia was a customer lead. Letitia, we had no idea who she was at all whatsoever. She was given to us by Beachbody. We sent her an email. It was just a name and an email at the time, and developed an awesome relationship. We've been working together for the past 2 years. When Steph and I decided to move out here to San Diego, she's actually the person that housed us. Think about this. Someone that we didn't even know at all that was connected to us through Beachbody actually opened up their doors and let us stay there. First time we ever met them. How crazy is that? That is nuts. So in that time, Letitia has, and I don't want this to sound bad, but she has helped us earn so many bonuses because of her production. And that's what happens when you get new customers. You never know if they're going to sign on to be a coach or how many programs they're going to want to go through. Let me give you another example. There was this one guy that was given to me from Miami. I reached out to him. He replied back to me, and it turns out that he had a gym, a personal training gym on Miami Beach. And he had 5 of his trainers get certified to teach P90X. And everything that they sold, we received bonuses off of. How crazy is that? That's nuts. Last week, not last week, 2 weeks ago, I was checking my back end office to see how much volume points I had. And out of nowhere, a customer lead purchased $750 worth of programs. $750. I received 25% of that. You can do the math. 25% of $750. Customer lead that was given to me, a free customer. So all of you guys who hit Success Club, you will be put into a Success Club wheel, and they'll generate customers to you. So earlier today, what I did is I sent an email from the back end office to all of the customers that Beachbody has given me since the beginning of our career. It was close to 750 customers. And all I did was send one email, and it got sent out to all 750 people, telling them, guess what I was telling them about? Raise your hand if you think it was a 21-day extreme. Gosh, we got some smart people on this call. Sent them an email about the 21-day fixed extreme. I sent them 3 links. I let them know that they could buy it as a standalone product, that they could buy it without the containers, or they can buy it as a challenge pack. One of the really cool things, and you'll be exposed to this in the next group, are the tools that you have in the back-end office that are constantly getting better. Did you know that you can send out an email, well, not an email, but a postcard, and see everybody that opens it? Did you know that when you do that, when you see everybody that opens it, you can go and click on their name and get their email address or their phone number, so you can send them a text, or you can send them an email asking them if they had any questions? Don't you think that's a great way to meet new people, to get them onto your contact list? Yeah, so that's just one of the benefits of hitting Success Club. So if you don't have enough reason to hit Success Club, that is one big one. Okay. I forgot one shout out, and that is to Coach Kathy. Coach Kathy was the first person on the boards this month. And last week, we announced that we were going to give some surprise prizes, some special surprise prizes, and she's going to get the first one. The next one is going to go out to the first person who hits Success Club 5, the first person who gets a new coach, okay, and also the next person who enrolls one of their coaches into the Success Academy. Okay, we start that every first and third Monday of the month. So we have those people, whoever gets those, and we got some more prizes coming out to you, and I'm guessing that we'll have one person qualify for each one of those in the next week. So next team call, we'll have some more special prizes. Okay. All right. Another thing that I wanted to talk about today. How many people have lost sales to Amazon or eBay or Craigslist? Okay. Yvette, I'm going to unmute you. Can you tell us about what happened?
I keep muting and unmuting myself. So I have this good friend, and she went to my wedding. And she is, not to be stereotypical at all of Monterrey people, but she is very frugal. And she had asked me, hey, I've seen so many moms who've had multiples, and she has twins, who has multiples, lose weight with T25 and they have their abs back. And I'm like, yeah, it's awesome. And I sent her pictures of Astrid and Tina, Tina Monster Machine Girl. And I was like, yeah, it's really great. 25 minutes and you can work out with your kids in the little rockers, and Kobe can be walking around. Kobe's her 3-year-old. And she's like, okay, well, how much is it? And I'm like, well, yes, it is pricey, but for the 25 minutes and for the 25 minutes, you get all these workouts, and for the money, you get all these workouts and Shakeology if you get a challenge pack. She's like, oh, no, I'm not interested in Shakeology. I'm like, really? Because that would be a really great way of, knocking out one meal. She's like, okay. Well, how much is it? And so I told her the cost of with Shakeology and a challenge pack and without. She's like, oh, all right. Well, you know what? Let me think about it. So one day passes by, and she's in these memorial information trading groups. So she sent me a text message the next day. I was going to see her the next day at my mom's house. She sent me a text message the next day. Hey, I got it for $50 from somebody on this website. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't respond. But mentally, I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah. When I saw her at my mom's house, she said, hey, did you see my text message? And I was like, mm-hmm. Which is all I could say.
Okay, great. So I was taking notes, and I'm gonna touch on some things that would help you there. Who else lost somebody to Amazon? Okay, I'm going to unmute you, Alma. Can you share what happened with you?
Basically the same thing as Yvette. Can you hear me?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I gave her all the information, and she sounded really motivated and ready to go. She ended up going for Amazon and then getting a friend of hers to also purchase from Amazon. So yeah, I think it's a little uncomfortable because you feel like you're giving them so much information, and you're helping them out, and yeah, I mean, I know they're trying to save some money, but I don't know. I know they don't get the Shakeology through Amazon. Is that correct? Because I know they just get the workouts, if I'm not mistaken. So, but then the interesting part is that they continue to send you texts. At least with me, that was the case. And they want to be they want to be part of the challenge. They want to be part of the community, and they want to get those resources. So, I mean, deep inside, it is somewhat upsetting, but I thought she was my friend, and so it was a little disappointing. But I mean, you continue to talk to them, of course, and give them advice and tips, but it can make you feel like, that was just not, I don't know, to me it was just not right. I don't know if anybody else feels that way.
Okay. Well, let's ask. Does anyone else feel that way? Raise your hand if you feel that way. Okay. All right. So does anyone else have a story to share? Raise your hand. Someone who lost a sale to Amazon or eBay. I saw some hands.
Well, actually.
Okay, Lori, can you share what happened with you?
I wouldn't say, I don't know if I lost the sale. It was a person at work that I had been trying to get on Shakeology. Mm-hmm. She had some health issues, so I even, I brought her some samples to try, and it ended up being, she ended up going in for shoulder surgery, so she was like out of work all of a sudden for 2 months, so I didn't see her. And just the other day, I was in the kitchen making a shake for lunch, and I was talking to her, I think, about the 21-Day Fix Extreme, and she said, "Oh, I bought this program on QVC." Yeah. And she was talking about the 21-Day Fix. She said, "But I got the containers, and they're actually a lot smaller than they look on TV, so I think I'm just going to return it." And I started telling her, just that the containers really aren't, they might be small, but you get many of them per day, depending on your weight. And, I said, just ask, and I rattled off a ton of people at work that were using the containers. And then she told me she paid like 78 something for it. And I said, "Oh, I could have gotten you less than that." and then we started talking about the challenge pack, and, the fact that Shakeology was too expensive for her, but she could actually get the good deal with the challenge. She said, "I'll bring it in and show you." I'm like, okay. It's not like I need to see it, but she's going to return it from QVC. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. I want to get one more. I saw that Irene, you had a story to share, and then after you share it, I'm going to give you guys some feedback on how to never let that happen again, okay? So let me unmute you. Okay, Irene, you're up.
Okay, so mine was a sorority sister, and it was a line sister, so it hit me kind of hard. Anyways, she had asked me about T25. She saw that I was doing it, and she asked me what I thought about it, and I told her it's great, and I told her my story with the Latinas, and I told her about the community, and that how that was the biggest impact of everything, and that I did struggle with keeping my weight off, but the Feel Latinas was the community that was making me feel empowered pretty much, because I've seen a lot of changes emotionally and spiritually and mentally through Feel Latinas. And she's like, oh, that's great. How much does it cost? Or can you get me a discount? And I was like, sure, I can get you a discount, because we got the challenge pack, right? And that's how I spun the challenge pack. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I'll let you know. And I'm like, okay, so let me know. And then I followed up with her again, and then she's like, oh, I just bought it off of, was it Amazon, or did she do the payment plan? I'm not sure. I can't remember if she did the payment plan or Amazon, but she purchased it somewhere else. And I was like, okay. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, I think everyone's story is really similar. And I want to thank everyone for putting it out there and being a little bit vulnerable, sharing that story. And I want to start off by saying that if that's happened to you, don't feel like a failure. I mean, don't feel like it's your fault at all, because it's not. What is happening is we get onto these calls, and you're going to continue to get better, and you're going to continue to recognize these situations before they come up, and understand what you tell someone beforehand is really going to set up how they respond. So we've lost some people to eBay. We've lost some people to Amazon. We've lost some people to QVC. And we've also lost some people from the payment plan. Now, as you guys were talking, I was taking some notes. So I want to address something that's happening maybe to all of you, but at least, each and every one of you can relate to at least one of these things. So first off, you have to identify the why. We're going to continue to harp on that. Why is somebody interested? Before you can share any kind of information, because ultimately that's what selling is. Selling is just sharing information. Sharing particular information, though. If someone is in the market for a cat, I don't want to overload them with information about a dog, because they want a cat. And that's kind of the concept here. You have to understand, why is someone interested in Shakeology, or what you have to offer. What is it that's missing in their life? In sales, they'll call it a benefit. If you look at marketing for really high-end luxury cars, what they'll do is they'll sell people on the benefit. You're going to feel really great. You're going to be part of the in crowd. You're going to be cool. You're going to be young. You're going to be you're going to feel amazing. And they hit on these emotional triggers is really what happens. What is someone feeling that they don't want to feel anymore? So if someone is feeling old, then they need something that's going to make them feel young. If someone is feeling tired, then they need something that's going to make them feel energetic. If someone is feeling overweight, they need something that's going to help them feel healthy and fit. So you want to identify first, what is it about it? And a real easy way is to throw out all those questions. Just, hey, what are you interested in? Are you feeling lethargic? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling uncomfortable in your clothing? Bring out these emotional triggers. Are you feeling lost when it comes to fitness? Are you feeling irritated because you're working out like crazy, but you don't know what to eat, and you know that you can make some improvements? Okay. Once you've identified that, then you can share your story. So for all of those who are in the groups, that's the big reason why we have these tracking sheets, and the reason why we have them in that order. You want to identify their interest, and then right after that, share your story. So if you don't want to lose sales on QVC or Amazon or eBay or the discount payment plan, part of your story has to be about the income that you make with Beachbody and what you do with it. What do you rely on this income for? Are you using it to pay your student loans? Are you using it to pay dance recital classes? Are you using it for travel? Are you using it to get yourself out of debt? You're following the Dave Ramsey plan. Include it. Let people know. Say, I decided to do this business to help people so I can make additional income to do this. So by helping you, by selling this product to you, I'll make a small commission. Okay, I'm cool with that. You mean I can buy from you? All right. You've got a legit reason. You're my friend. I want to help out. If you really want to set up the stage, let them know. I say, I'm really reaching out to you as a customer because, one, I don't think that anyone's going to be able to understand you and work with you like I do. We have a relationship beyond this. And two, you're going to be helping me out. If you go and you buy from one of those other companies, one of those other outlets, you have no idea who's making that commission. You have no idea who's making that money. Right here, I am. And so that makes our relationship that much stronger. The other thing you want to do is tackle the issue head on. Tackle the issue head on. And what I mean by that is let them know. Let them know that you lost somebody, to a QVC sale. Let them know you lost somebody to an Amazon sale and how horrible you felt. Let them know. They say, I'm growing a business, and I do want to let you know that you can go on QVC. You can go on a payment plan. They do exist. And I feel bad that I didn't tell some of my other friends that I was a distributor and that I make 25% commission off of this, which I'm currently using for our travel plans for next year. I want you to know about it. But at the same time, I want you to know why I bought into this business. I bought into this business and I put time into this because I want to help you. Because I honestly get a really good feeling by being that person that is getting you to achieve your goals. I've been trained by my team for this. I've been trained to help you out. I've got my own goals that I'm going after. I know what it takes. I can help you set your goals and introduce you to what's been helping me. A lot of the mental things, a lot of, the heads up on the emotional things. Raise your hand if in your journey there has been an emotional barrier that you had to break through. Raise your hand. Come on. Every one of us. That's where coaching comes in. You've been there. You've walked down that path. You're not going to get that from QVC, baby. You're not going to get it from eBay. And as much as I'd like to help you for free, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. I'm doing this on a part-time basis. I have a full-time job, and the time that I do have, I'm dedicating it to the people that are entrusting me and going down this route and helping me build my business. If I had more time and I didn't have to save up, then I would gladly spend all the time in the world with you. But in the real world, I have to be selective in where my time goes. And that's really the big thing. It's a time thing. So you want to tackle the issue head on. Let them know that you sell. Let them know that they have options. And let them know that it's going to benefit you. Okay, lastly, one of you guys mentioned that as you were talking, you started off with, I know that this is expensive. And that's probably not the best way to start off the conversation. What you want to do is you want to frame. They call it frame, F-R-A-M-E. You want to frame that it is the best solution. It is the most affordable solution. Raise your hand if you believe that a challenge pack is the most affordable solution to your health and fitness. Okay, you can't beat it. $140 to get a challenge pack to master your nutrition in 21 days. Not only are you winning on a financial account, 21 days. Okay, raise your hand if it blew your mind away how fast you got results with Beachbody programs versus the time that you spent trying to do it another way. Boom. Okay. Raise your hand if you value your time. Okay. So what you're saying is that you giving somebody an opportunity to get the best deal of their life. And that's how you want to paint the picture. That people, when people buy a challenge pack, I want you to get this, okay? And you can even write this down. This is a good script to use. When someone objects to the price to me, one of the things that I'll tell them is, look, I'm going to introduce you to a system that is going to change your life. What you're going to learn in the next 21 days, you're going to be able to apply from here on out. You're going to be able to share with your family, and everyone is going to benefit. Raise your hand if you shared what you learned on the 21-day fix with your family. Okay? You're going to benefit. At the end of this transaction, at the end of this deal, I'm going to make $40. I'm going to make $40 commission. You're going to have a changed life. Who's winning on this deal? Raise your hand if you think that the person that bought the challenge pack is winning. Boom. Boom. I'm going to spend this $40 within 1 month to pay some of my bills. What you have is going to last you a lifetime. So now, when I paint the picture, I can tell them that. I said, look, I'm going to introduce you to something that's going to change your life. I have no idea why they don't charge more for it. Because honestly, I think that they could probably get $999 for this program. You know, and I think I was talking to Carrie about this. When I did P90X and it changed my life in 90 days, I asked myself, I said, was it worth $120? I was like, oh, heck yeah. All my clothes fit better. My confidence is through the roof. My six-pack is showing. My guns are selling tickets right and left to the gun show. It was nuts. I asked myself, would I have paid $500? Oh, yeah, by far. $1,000? Yep, I would have paid $1,000 for a six-pack. Would I have paid $5,000? Now I started thinking, well, you know, you can get some body augmentation for about $5,000. Why not a six-pack? You know, I'd pay $5,000 for a six-pack. And then I asked myself, would I pay $20,000 for the body transformation that I had, the life transformation that I had? And that's where I kind of had to slow down. And I was like, I don't know if I paid $20,000. But then I reframed it. And I asked myself, would I trade my car for a six-pack? And everything that came along with it, for the great positive attitude, for the self-confidence, for the self-worth. Would I trade my car for all of that? I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I would. Heck yeah. I would do it like that. I would have sold it. And so that put it into perspective. I bought it for $120, but I was willing to trade $20,000 to get those results. So when you're talking to people, let them know that. Let them know that you are, in essence, a promoter. Okay? You imagine if you had a club, or if you had an event, or if you had a celebration, you want to promote it. You want to say how much fun it's going to be, you know, how exciting it is, how much of a deal you're going to be walking away with. I don't know how Beachbody is in business, you know, doing this. I don't even think they make any money. All I know is that they're changing lives like crazy, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. When you change your approach, when you frame it different, then you can expect a different response. So people are going to be like, wow, you're right. I better sign up right now before this deal is gone. I better do it right now before it's gone. Girl, I thank you for saving my life. I am walking away as a winner. I have never, ever in my entire life had a deal as good as this. So those were a few ways to really tackle this issue. Okay, raise your hand if you felt like those helped you at all. Okay, good job. It's about time for this call to end. I don't know how to share that news. I get emotional. Y'all guys are doing great. I'm really proud of the growth. You know, I had a post today where I was talking about the growth that I'm seeing in all of you. If you don't know why I do this, this is why I do it. To see you guys start to believe in what you can do. You know, to see what is possible. I'll end this by sharing one of our newer coaches, Michelle's story. Michelle hit Success Club 10 last month after being a coach for about a year. And something in those 17 principles resonated in her. Something in those 17 principles lit a fire under her. And something in those 17 principles has her believing again. And it's a beautiful thing to watch, because if she was able to hit Success Club 10 this month, then she could do it next month, and the next, and the next, and the next. And when she does it every month for the rest of the year, and she goes out on one of those Success Club cruises paid for by Beachbody, it's like the whole game changes. You experience something that really, man, it's so hard to even put into words. Like you literally walk into an event like that and you walk out a completely different person. You were just on fire. And I see it. I see it in all of you guys. I see it in Irene. I see it in Alma. I see it in Anita. I see it in Lori. I see it in Olga. I see it in Yvette and Carrie and Kathy, you know, in all of you guys, and Alejandro. You know, I see it in you guys. You know, Alejandro, he hit Success Club 11. He was the top Success Club earner on the team last month. I mean, he's been a coach for about a whole year. And if you could see what I see in this young man, it'd blow your mind away. It would absolutely blow your mind away. You know, one of the things that he's starting to experience right now is his vision has exceeded his father's. How crazy is that? His vision has exceeded how big his father thought that he could take it, to the point where now what he is doing, he can't even explain because his dad can't comprehend. Isn't that amazing? That's nuts. That's nuts. And I'm seeing it in each and every one of you. So that is making me feel really good. I have a few lessons to write. So for all of you that are in the groups, expect the next lessons and assignments to be out in the next hour. And we'll keep moving. We'll keep moving. Raise your hand if you like this style of call, you know, just getting everyone's perspective on the issue. You guys want to do this one again? Something like this? Okay, great. So what I want you to do on the thread that we shared this team call login, I want you to put a question. What should be the topic of next week? And what is another question that you're having? What is another issue that you're having? And it could be anything. And then we'll take a vote, okay? Because this is the way that we grow. We lean on each other. We grow together. We learn from each other. And then when it's all said and done, we celebrate together. So that's what I've got. Thank you so much for getting on this call. And we'll see you next week.